and welcome to another video. This video is basically going to be a brief, or I'll try and keep it brief, overview of Ultima Weapons, which is a new weapon that JP has, which Global has yet to get to, but will be getting to in a few months. So trying to be like ahead of the curve on this one. Basically, Ultima Weapons are just going to be giant stat sticks. They basically increase your HP damage. They increase your HP damage cap as well as your HP damage, while also providing the biggest boost to your all your stats. If you want to know how big of a boost it can be, take someone like Noel. There he is. He's currently got his just his booked burst. We go into the party menu and just go to Noel. Just bear with the loading a little bit. Noel, where are you? There you are. If I were to give him this, which is the 4th tier of the unique weapon, you can see all the stats just skyrocket upwards, like all of it. And that's basically what an Ultima weapon is. No. I don't want to unequip it from Alpha Node because I'm not really using Null that much. Anyway, we'll go back to the enhancement menu. Right, and that's generally what Ultima weapons are. You kind of just want them on your favourite characters and everything because, well, if you're going to be using them a lot anyway, just allow them to hit as hard and as powerful as possible. Now, Ultima Weapons is this third line in the menu, the one with the weapon symbol. Right, when this released in JP, we did have massive slowdown on the enhancement menu because there were chains on it, and it was actually blocking off like a load of tutorials, which has caused massive slowdown. It may happen in global as well, and the only way to return the enhancement menu to its usual speed was to eventually go through all the tutorials after Ultima Weapons had released, but you also needed 50 cores to even be able to access the menu for Ultima Weapons. So yeah, you can't even enter this Ultima Weapon menu until you have 50 of the cores you need to be able to buy a single Ultima Weapon. Right. Ultima Weapons are basically, they are 50 cores for the first one of any given type. Like as you can see, I haven't got a dagger, I haven't got a greatsword one. So they're 50 cores. But I do already have a single sword. So any future, if I want to buy a second Ultima Weapons sword, it will cost 150. So that's an extra 100 cores on top, just to get a dupe. So I wouldn't really advise doing any sort of duping unless you really like multiple characters in a single category, and it is just a weapon category. Alright, as you can see, this is all of them, and yes, Whip has its own category. Yes, there's only 3 users. It's kind of I wouldn't advise Whip unless you really like Quisitus, really like Seven, or really like Rydia. Right, and once you've bought the Ultima weapon, it's now considered 0 out of 5, which means you can upgrade it 5 times. For each and every upgrade, it is 150 cores, like for every step. So from 0 to 1 is 150, just like going from 4 to 5 is 150. 5 is the absolute max, and as you can see, that's the ending stats of the 5.5, and all the HP caps and damage caps will add up. As you can see, that is a lot of HP damage up as well as a lot of HP cap up. So it really allows you the units to hit as hard as possible. Now, the way to attain these cores, there's a few ways. We got given a campaign at the very beginning, so we were easily able to get straight into being able to buy one, so we can actually get rid of that slowdown. Thank God. We had another campaign with Locke, where it was one of the few times where we had to be in every single day, and if you forgot a day, you're at our number of calls. Because I think it gave us 2 every day, like 2 calls every day in that Locke one. I don't think that will be changed for Global, so I suspect the Locke campaign one will still be there for Global when Global gets to it. We also had an extra 100 cores from the first 6-man beta, so that was an extra bonus, which was very nice. And hopefully 6-man in the future will also be having like cores. I'll assume it will be if the beta did, so that's all nice and dandy. Now, the other ways to attain the cores, if you go into the mission menu and then you go on to the core menu, which is just below the chocobos, you'll see the entire list of characters that can get cores, because it is directly tied to C90. So if you can only be able to get cores from doing this stuff with C90. Now the 2 conditions for per character, as you can see, they all have 2 because I've been keeping up to date. The 2 conditions is you get 10 cores for getting the character to C90, so you're gonna want to max everybody's crystal level for the cores. And the other is to get just a basic Lufenia clear. You don't have to do Luf Plus. You can do Luf Plus, but you don't have to do Luf Plus, and then that will lock the character into that Lufenia. And you can only have a maximum of 3 characters per Lufenia. Now, the Lufenias that don't count are the Transcendence Lufenias. The 6-man Lufenia, because that beta 6-man, that did not count. Boss Rush, very hard, do not count either. So you can't be locking characters into them. But all the other Lufenias are all fair game. Now, you want to try and fill up the temporary event Lufenias as soon as you can, because they are temporary and that frees up more of your other Lufenias as well. If you can try and do some of the harder Lufenias to lock your characters in, do so. Because if you can save the easiest Lufenia, like I still have Shinryu from the end of Act 2 like completely free for future characters. Like in case I really don't like using them, and it's just like, okay, just bung them in there so that I just have an easy win, basically. But yeah, with the level of power creep you will have, especially with Ultima Weapons, you are going to destroy the early Lufenias. Like, you probably won't even see anything more than a single mechanic, if that. So, yeah. And yes, it is just 3 characters per Lufenia, so do bear that in mind. You can't go all into Shinryu and just get it all done. No, you gotta be spread out and so forth. You can actively avoid all the really nasty Lufenias if you want at the moment. I haven't reached a point where I need to put people into Divine Shiva. Like, I am actively avoiding Divine Shiva like the plague, because, I don't like Divine Shiva. But you can do that sort of thing. So that's basically your ways to attain cores. Now, I've been working out the math and so forth for all of this, and basically, for free-to-play players, like, I'll talk about free-to-play first, and then I'll talk about like those who get the premium mod pass, and it's only the premium mod pass, by the way, to get these additional cores. Free-to-play players, free-to-play, not free-to-pay, free-to-play, free-to-play, I'm getting blah 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 blah. Free-to-play players, you need to probably roughly decide which you can max out at most 3 Ultima Weapons. Like by the time all characters are done, like even if we had like new characters coming within the time frame of the C90, you are still only going to be able to max 3 Ultima Weapons, and you might have enough cores to get like 1 or 2 extra Ultima Weapons, like just base. But yeah, so as a free-to-play player, I would advise picking, like, try and looking at them and then just picking like the free weapons, 3 different weapon categories, and just like picking those and just go. Most of my favorites are in that one. My second lot of favourites are in that one, and my third lot of favourites in the third category. I'm going to pick those 3, and then I'm going to max those, and that's going to be mine. Now, now for premium Mod Pass players, that's those who get the golden like premium, the one with all the BT tokens, the EX tokens, and all that stuff. That Mod Pass, you get an additional 20 cores per event. Now, at the moment, we typically get 6 events per month, so you're looking at like 120 extra cores a month. At this stage, you should have 600 extra cores over free-to-play players, so you don't have quite enough yet to be able to have 1 extra Ultima weapon over free-to-play players. It will take until near the beginning of the following month, not next month, but the month after. So to be able to get it, so like the second month of the next tier of weapons, like it will take until that point to be able to have 1 extra Ultima weapon over free-to-play players. And advisory, you don't really need that extra one. You can have that extra one, but if you're pretty much just going for the premium just to get those extra cores, it's not that worth it. With like 1 extra one is nice, but you can still only have like 3 people in your party at a time, so it's like Now JP, I think it was either at the beginning of this month or during last month, where we finally got a quality of life where we were able to refund all the cores on a weapon. Like we could basically take all the cores that we spent on a weapon and get it all back. Like we don't even lose any. It's literally a 1-for-1. This process is a once a month affair, and that there's no way to increase that. It's literally, you do it once a month. You get once a month where you can respec an entire Ultima weapon with all its cores and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna say this: just be really, really careful with what you pick. Don't be what I have seen as someone who bought like 5 fist weapons while they were drunk. That was hilarious to see, but also, oh my god, it's going to take you ages to fix that. Like, what a waste of cores. So yeah, do be careful on all of that. Now, I want to just sort of show off who's Warrior of Light. He's not C90 yet. Basically, just want to show you the appearance. What happens with Ultima Weapon. Now, when you buy an Ultima Weapon, every character in that category can actually then use it as a gloss. So as you can see, Warrior Light, despite Warrior Light doesn't have C90 yet in JB, but as you can see, he can actually use the Ultima Weapon as a gloss if I wanted. Like there he is and all that stuff. So once you've got an Ultima weapon, yeah, everybody in the category can use it as gloss, but only one character can actually equip the weapon itself at a time. Now, JP didn't have it originally, but they made a quality of life later, where once you swap over a Ultima weapon to another character, the person who now equipped auto-equips their EX Plus bag or their BT Plus bag if you have it. So another thing with Ultima weapons is do not sell your EX Plus. Don't sell it. Don't sell it yet. Like, you can't sell BT Pluses still, but EX Plus, do not sell your EX Pluses to equip the character with an Ultima weapon. Because you may need it down the line in case you want to swap that Ultima weapon over and you don't want your character to then go back down to bronze weapons. It's just like, ugh. Like, so yeah, just be wary on all of that. Trying to keep this brief and it's been maybe a little bit rambly. I do apologise. But yeah, that's generally everything to do with Ultima weapons. They are really just giant stat sticks. Don't fuss about them. They are not needed for any content. I have done plenty of content without a single Ultima weapon in the party. Like, even the... What did I use for T9 mid? I used Kadaj, who had Unique, who I didn't equip the Ultima weapon to. Vincent, I don't have a gun Ultima weapon. Who else did I use? I used Vincent, Kadaj, and then Layla. I don't have dagger Ultima weapon either. And it was like, so I did T9 mid, which is notoriously tanky stage, and I was able to do it without any Ultima weapon equipped. So yeah, they're not needed, like, at all. They're just really, really nice if you want to see the numbers go up. And that's basically what our Ultima weapon is. I hope this brief overview, or at least I tried to keep it brief, overview on the Ultima weapons helps you out. Just as a free-to-play player, roughly decide 3 of them. If you want to get the premium mod pass to get those extra cores, it's going to take you a while to be able to get an extra weapon out of it, but you will get an extra weapon over the free-to-play players eventually. And yeah, at most, for free-to-play, 3 maxed Ultima weapons is essentially what you can do, which is perfect for an entire party. Like, you can have an entire party of characters thing, and of course that once a month refund in case you do want to swap over an Ultima weapon because one of your favourites suddenly got updated to amazing status or something. But anyway, that's it for the video. I thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you around. Bye!